Back in week 2, the Ravens lost a thriller in their last matchup against the Bengals. Can Cincinnati do it again? The answer comes your way next.
It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but don't fear, we've got football to perk up our spirits as we join you from Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they're hot as can be, winners of 8 of their last 9 games.
I don't know if you call this start a surprise exactly, but they've proven that they're going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with anybody.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here come the Bengals now to take over. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism. To the table, add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 19 carries, 70 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Tannehill. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. The Ravens at 8-3 now. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Going with Armstead, a first down carry. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Richardson now on 2nd down. Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw hauled in by Washington.
Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Richardson off the play fake. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Here's a 2nd and 5. A first carry here for Kene Nwangu.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Kene Nwangu, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
3rd down and 1.
Tannehill.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he works free.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 10.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that. Give him clean lanes until the football. They'll have a better chance to win again this week.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt.
And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. Play action. It's Tannehill. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Off play action, Tannehill.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So in the second quarter, he's already up. Receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
A gain of 3, second down.
These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with a victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. On second down, Elliott once more.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 27. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So nothing doing there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. There's a nice move, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Terry McLaurin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
And the Ravens taking the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Off play action, Richardson.
Rolling to his right.
There's Chris Olave.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Armstead running straight ahead.
We'll get this up to about the 44.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Richardson. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, back to the air with Richardson.
Flushed out right.
This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 29-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want...
Here's a diving catch right side. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
Come on. Hey.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Richardson has to get them to the line in a hurry now.
Now Richardson to throw on 2nd down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily.
Robinson will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Richardson.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's the hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Richardson now on 3rd and goal.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Fighting his way through contact.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it will come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, where you see the final score there. Trevor Lawrence, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. Dalvin Cook has scored a touchdown there. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. Justin Herbert with a touchdown pass. We were treated to a fine first half from the veteran Ryan Tannehill. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Richardson on 3rd and short.
Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Tannehill on 1st down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Got that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Tannehill's throw caught here by Dulcich.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they've become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on second down is Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards there on a Bengal first. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill.
Got his man, it's Dulcich.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Here's Tannehill. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete.
From the 43, here's second down and 5.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
Yeah, both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review.
They've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Richardson out of the shotgun.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you got
and in for the Ravens touchdown. Bijan Robinson, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have retaken a third-quarter lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 17-14. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson.
Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And his throw here is incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Tannehill.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they looked up there for a 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Play action. It's Tannehill. Got a man open. It's Sutton. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Tannehill.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Ravens ready to take over. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter.
Escaping the pressure right.
Finds Pickens out right.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 14 yards that time for number 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
A give running right is Armstead.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Second down, here's Richardson. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
And this offense on third down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
On third down, Robinson.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now a first down throw, Tannehill.
Open man is Palmer.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Here's Tannehill.
That's taken in by Dulcich.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
44 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On second down, here's Tannehill.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill.
And the Bengals have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Off play action. Richardson.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Richardson to throw off play action.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
3rd and long for Richardson.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
Now this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Off play action, Tannehill.
That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Tannehill. And he's going to have the hook up with Sutton. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. So the Ravens now down by 7. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Now their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
On 1st down, Richardson.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
13 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here comes 2nd down at 5. Now Richardson. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go.
3rd down. He's unable to completed there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with the offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's 1st and 10. Richardson.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Here's Richardson.
And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
It's 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game. But things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Richardson to throw it.
He's going to let it fly. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the fourth quarter. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him. They keep trying to put the pressure on, but he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Elliott going to get it again on second down.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Fourth quarter is not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get into overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen? One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards. Option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game, and boy, they did it well.
So call that a 56-yard punt with a return of about 11. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bengals offense returns to the field. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points. And now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Tannehill's throw taken in by Sutton.
Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Here's Tannehill. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. This is taken at the 18. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A give to Robinson on the option. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And even 100 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient. Followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I'd kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Again, it's Robinson. All right, well, they didn't kick it on 2nd down, now 3rd and goal. You have to kick it here.
Absolutely have to kick it, because if you get a bad snap, you fall on it, you got a chance to kick it again on 4th down. Let's say it gets blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. You fall on it, you get another chance.
And he is in for the score. Absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
That just made my Paul Woody stand up.
That's right. Thank you so much, Field and Liz. This
6 to 12 like a Barry Zito.
It more if C.J. Stroud hadn't popped up on the injury report, but I still think this matchup is favorable against the Colts squad that got roasted by Jacksonville's outside receivers last Sunday.
I love me Nico Collins, still available in over 40% of leagues on ESPN.com, so when he's potentially out there, a guy that is a wide receiver one in his own offense, I think should be rostered in more leagues. Let's give us another wide receiver if you're looking for a deeper league, someone you can potentially start with.
So I think we all agree that Arizona is going through a rebuild. I believe that Michael Wilson is one of the team's